How's it going, guys? In this video, I want to make it really fucking easy for you guys to understand all the important elements of the construction business that you're in and the things that I might highlight to you where you're weak and where you need to improve or might be the bottleneck in your business right now. So, this is the world's worst triangle I've ever drawn, but let's go with it and make it work. At the very top, if you imagine this triangle as like everything you need within your business. I should have done this a different way, but never mind. Finance at the top. Absolutely everything financial on every single job that you do, every single expense in the business, every single overhead, every bit of profit margins, everything in the finance side of your business. Consider that the footing, the foundation of how you build a really good company. Without finances locked in and controlled, and you really know what you're doing with it, you are just totally fucked. Being completely honest with you, you have to get the finances sorted and you have to really understand them in your business. Otherwise, you are building off of the worst footing possible and you're never going to build a great business. As simple as that. You know, we learn a lot of the mistakes the hard way, but I'll delve into what I really mean with the finance side. But get that in your heads first. That is the absolute, I can't explain it enough. Honestly, that is your footing, that is your concrete in the ground, okay? Then the next part of it is your sales side of the business. Now, the thing is, you only make money when you sell something. So, doing the work is actually just part of the task of completing it so that you can invoice it. All of the money that you generate is all part of the sales side of the business. And the sales side gets overlooked so much. But that is the part, once you put your finance in place, you know what you're doing, the sales is what's going to grow your business. So we'll delve into that. And lastly, in the last corner, you have got the delivery. Now, most of you, you're pretty good at that. That's what you do. You're hands on. You come from a building background. You've grown a business out. You've got people working for you. Delivery is where you started, and that's what we know as we, develop our career or whatever way you want to put it. But the delivery part, there's a lot to delivery, and you want to look at it in two halves. It's delivery on site. It's actually delivery in the office as well, because there's two distinct places and parts to the business that go on in terms of that delivery side. But the delivery bit is the last bit. Now everyone's focused on the delivery bit as the main concern. Like, I've got to get this job done, I've got to get this job done, I've got to do this, do that, spin that plate. We need to just step back a little bit and actually get fucking focused onto what we're doing, because the finance side, that's where the clever money is. That's where you're efficient, you're saving money, you're you're running a really well oiled machine. And what I would say on the finance side, the key parts that you need to get is pricing work. You have to nail in your pricing of your work. You have to know your true costs on all the jobs that you do. You have to know exactly what that job is going to cost you physically in real money. And then obviously it's your margin. You need to know what margin, clear margin, profit margin that you're putting on the jobs that you are making. And you have a set company margin that you operate to. I've talked about this quite a bit before, but I just want to really reinforce how important that is. So you know that you're working to, let's say, an average of 20%, or it could be 25, it could be 30, whatever your business is and what it does. You have to know that margin so it's clear on the jobs. And then the next key part is tracking costs. You cannot do jobs and then just, spend the time pricing them, but then not give a fuck when you're actually delivering it. You must deliver the jobs and track all the costs to every live job to make sure that you are still earning that profit margin that you stuck on. Otherwise, it's a waste of time. If you don't track anything, if you're not tracking invoices in or quotes from subbies or material suppliers or merchants, whatever, you're not tracking that as you go through the job. How the fuck do you know what money you'll make at the end of the job? It's all well and good invoicing a 30 grand job, a 50 grand job, a 200 grand job. But if you don't know what you made on that job, how the fuck are you supposed to improve and actually really know where you are with your money? Because you're just lost and it's not where you want to be. So you must track costs. Then the next thing is, once you're doing those three, every decent business you do a P&L, which is a profit and loss process, meeting, whatever you want. This is what proper businesses do once a month. We used to do it all the time. Once a month, you would sit down, do a P&L for the whole business. So you go, right, that is every single job that we've touched this month. This is what each job has cost us to date as well, because obviously some jobs will be longer than a month, but you can do it to date. And then you know exactly what profits you are making on those jobs, what the forecasts are, and what the actual profits are and the losses are for that month on every single job. And then you go through every single job, and it's nice and easy to go, but that job's doing okay, that job's doing okay, that's doing okay. Hold on, this job's not doing so well. Why? And that's the key part of going, why? Why is it not doing well? Did you estimate it wrong? Did you fuck up on site? Is it overrun? Have you had a labour issue? What is that root cause of that issue? So then you can solve it and reduce that problem from happening again. They're the four main parts that you need to get with your finance. Obviously, there are a lot of other things like cash flow, how you allocate your money and putting it away, and then dividends and paying yourself and all that type of stuff. But I won't overcomplicate it for this video. But there are four key things that you need to know in finance in terms of running the actual business, okay? Now, the next part, sales. Obviously, there is a shit ton within there. The most important is the marketing. Marketing and sales are very closely linked. Now, I think people get a bit lost in marketing. Go, well, what is it? And marketing is basically being known for what you do. Like the more people that know you, more people that can buy from you. If your marketing is on point, your sales is quite easy because you've got people coming to you. So the marketing machine is the most important aspect of any business because it's the front door. It's actually getting people through the front door to then talk to them, to sell them, to then actually deliver jobs and make it happen. So your marketing efforts, if you're not focusing on marketing, you're missing a massive trick. Like you need to get the marketing message absolutely right. Going, well, we are the guys at this. We're the best at this. This is how we do stuff. You need all the right things in terms of a website, having people easily get in contact with you. These days, you need things like YouTube. You need how-to videos. You need to explain why you're the best and why you're good because you can set yourself up way apart from all your competitors, if you like. Marketing is so hugely overlooked, but it is the most critical part of of your business and getting customers in. Now, look at it this way: the way I like to frame marketing is if someone doesn't know you, they're at a zero on the scale of like trusting you and using your company. They've never heard of you; they're at zero. With shit hot marketing, and they can see you on the social platforms, Instagram, maybe Facebook, maybe LinkedIn, depends on the clientele that you serve. You're on YouTube. You've got great word of mouth. You've got a great presence. You've got a great brand. Vans are out there. Your your logoing up all the jobs that you do, all that type of stuff. If you've got all that and people have seen you 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, they're at instead of being at zero, they're at like a 7 before they speak to you because you're the go-to guy. Where would you rather be if a customer's trying to speak to you or inquiring? You really want them at a 7 before you even speak to them, so that the sales is easy and they're not really likely to get loads and loads of quotes because you guys are the guys and they want to use you before they even spoke to you. It's a far stronger position to be in. That's really where you want to be aiming for as a business. Then part of that overlaps with the pricing stage. You're actually tendering, which links to finance because it's that communication of going backwards and forwards, looking at the job, the quote, how you operate and how you communicate with people as a whole is such an important part of the sales process linked with marketing and the pricing of the jobs. That's really where you need to focus your efforts on. Then the delivery, lastly, in this bottom corner here, um, there's a shit ton of stuff in there. We all know building is a very complicated beast. There is a hell of a lot to it, but basically it's being organised. If you've priced jobs right at the finance stage and you've got a clear document of going, well, this is how the job's been priced. It's X amount of days for strip out, it's X amount of days for groundwork, it's X amount of days for brickwork. You know what labour you're using, you know what you're pricing, how you've programmed it basically. That is your program. How you cost jobs is your program. So then your delivery is very easy in terms of running on site because you deliver to how the job has been priced. And that is so key. That's exactly what you've got to work from. Your program is how you priced it. It all starts at exactly what I said at the beginning. The footing of getting your finances locked in, delivery becomes a lot easier as well, because you've got to deliver the jobs to costs. You've got to every job has got to be delivered to the costs that you set out when you priced it. If not, you're wasting your time. There is no point pricing a job and saying it's going to cost me 20k and I've got, let's say, 5 grand of profit on it, and the job runs to 22k or 24k and you've made no money. What's the fucking point in being in business? It's ridiculous. So you have to follow a set structure and system. And this is what makes it easy to employ people like contracts managers, project managers. When all your jobs are being priced right at the beginning, you can hand that job to that person and go, that's the job, that's how it's been priced. Crack on. Nice and clear and concise, line by line item, okay? And that's so important because as the delivery part, that is I can't stress enough, that is so fucking critical. But what you've also got to do is keep the customer happy. And the easiest way of doing that is just keeping their fucking house clean, the building site clean, the office clean, whatever you're working in, and doing what you say you're going to do. Delivering on time, on budget, being smart, professional, organised. But again, all starts with finance. If you're organised from the off, delivery is going to be easy. And that's what I've always found. Every job that's been a ball ache is because we fucked up the pricing bit. So I'm talking from experience here, that when you rush pricing and you throw figures and you guess stuff and then you get on site and you're rushing, nothing's been organised, you've not sat down, you've not thought about it, you've not procured the job properly, then you're on site, you're trying to fucking stick shit and throw it at the wall because you don't know where you are. You don't know where your arsehole from your elbow. And it's so fucking hard to be in that position. Stressful, a ball ache, a fucking nightmare. I would not wish that on anyone, because when you've got a big job on and you don't know where you are in chaos. So you've got to run to a real nice strict program, have all your ducks in a row from your side, and then have all the customers happy, the labour on site's happy, because everyone knows what's going on. It's all organised. All right, it's going to be a much easier place to work from. Now, the last part of this is actually right in the middle. Just gonna move this ball, like get my mug out of the way. Right in there. Fucking pen. There we go. Try and make things easy, and it just becomes harder. Right in there is you. You're the centre, the boss, the gaffer. You know, you're running the ship. Your company's only going to be as good as you are, because each level you get to, you've got to become the person that can run that company. You know, personal development, stress management, investing back in the business, you know, all these different things that you've got to wear as the owner, because what you need to do to just get started and to turn over your first 100 grand, a few £100,000, sorry, is very different to what you need to do to run £1 million a year business, 3 million, 5 million, 10 million. You've got to really upgrade yourself as the middle person and the middle cog and the leader to go, right, I need to be £1 million man. I need to be a £5 million man or a £10 million man to run that type of business, so that you're then putting in what you need to put into. So as the finances continually evolving, the sales continually evolving, and the delivery on site, and just upgrading everything at every level. I can't stress that enough. And these are the levers that you need to grow your business. So what I would say is start with you, get yourself in the best possible place. I'm a big believer of looking after your health, getting fit, looking after yourself, which in turn helps your mental health. Get yourself in the best place possible, invest in yourself, your knowledge, your information, your skill set, and then invest in putting in the right places, right systems in place, sorry, for the finance side of things. Build a sales machine, a marketing machine, which is a fantastic website. It's lead capturing, it's social media now, it's advertising, it's brand, it's your vans, it's your t-shirts that guys are wearing, not looking like shit, basically. Investing in all these things as you grow and keep moving and churning. And it's a never-ending task, but look at it in this way. Look at where you're weak now currently and where you need to attack. And this is all it is. Business is not complicated at all. People will try and bullshit at you and say, you know, there's a million things you need to be doing right. Yes, there's a lot of details, but look at it in these three, well, four including yourself, key areas that you need to work on. and life just becomes so much easier.